Career and technical education, we are the backbone of this country.
Career and technical education programs contribute significantly to 21st century readiness by promoting academic skills, employability traits, technical knowledge, and a foundation of lifelong learning.
We implement a holistic approach to instruction which focuses on the intellectual, social, personal, and cultural development of our students.
We do so many things that we all take for granted.
Constantly people ask me the question, why I went to tech. I tell them the same answer, because I refuse to be that freshman in college that has no direction.
MBIT offers students the opportunity to gain experiences and certifications necessary to open doors to employment.
The numbers in Bucks County really speak for themselves in terms of what we are doing within the county.
Our programs offer so many services to our community.
Our philosophy is based on providing a hands-on approach to instruction, allowing the students to learn in an environment where they learn the skills as they apply it in a real-world context.
Our students earned 1,119 industry-recognized certificates last year.
14 of our kids last year went to the National Skills USA competition out in Kansas City. Over 600 industry certifications our kids have attained last year.
83% of the students who completed the NOCTI exam earned a score of proficient or advanced.
Is there anything in the middle school experience that offers them the chance to really become familiar with the programs that you offer?
Other than the tours that I mentioned, and we actually have our advanced coordinator who goes out to promote our school. We also offer some activity and programs, summer programs, enrichment programs where students have the opportunity to come to Middle Bucks. But I think, again, in my testimony, I think it's about getting the public perception aware of what's happening in our schools and how students are thriving. They are going to college. Again, we talked about articulation agreements. So some of our programs, students contain anywhere from 6 to 18 college credits.
And I don't think any school district can really afford to compete with what we have here based upon what I've seen. So I think the students are very fortunate, and I would agree with your comments that there's a tremendous opportunity here, even for college-bound students.
Whether I hear it from my parents' friends, adults, or my friends, is that it's for students that don't want to move on and go to college, or students that just want to go into the workforce. And that, after speaking to just 3 students that go to a technical school, I hope you can see is a false statement.
And tech has given me that leadership opportunity, and they have given me the voice to stand up and say, I can make a difference. I can make a change.
Now, we all know that kids have a right to attend a career and technical school, but we also know the dilemma of it costs money to do those.
Revenue for career and technical schools is provided predominantly by 2 sources: the state of Pennsylvania and by participating school districts.
When you look at the part of the funding in the state formula, there's this very complicated funding formula for VOTEC schools. And you read it, and it says take this times that, divided by that, the square root of this, or 0.35.
Pennsylvania provides vocational subsidies. That's the formula that you're talking about, vocational subsidies and grants. And the school districts provide funds based on student enrollment.
If it's an old formula and we have to look at it again in dividing up the pot for technical schools, why not look at it?
If we value the benefits career and technical education bring to our educational system, and I think that we need to relieve school districts of the strain a career and technical education program brings to their budget.
Why not understand it and look at the historical basis and make sure that all the students in Pennsylvania are being treated relatively fairly? I mean, we'd like to say exactly fairly, but that probably never happens. But let's try and figure that out. So I welcome the presentation, and let me just say again, your students are phenomenal.
Our records are indicating through our different partnerships across the state that we're beginning to see the results of the NOCTI test, which you heard about a little bit before. They're beginning to trend upward on the proficient and advanced scores. The benefit, obviously, to us is better education, better training, and a better workforce. Some of the challenges we see, well, we're still have an economy that's not functioning real well, and our industry, as you all are aware, is in a depression. We're not in a recession. We're building 20% of the homes we built 5 years ago. We have lost a tremendous amount of jobs. But I would say to you, at the same time that we have shed a tremendous amount of jobs in the industry, we've seen an increase in the demand for skilled workforce and skilled knowledge and skilled educational needs.
So it's much further beyond just being able to touch the product and make the product. It's having to have the integrity and to realize the implications of, a possible mistake that they could make or a possible benefit that can come with it. So my high school provides that, or our technical school provides the students with those skills to me.
You had stated was that that someone who comes to work from you from Upper Bucks Tech School, you know exactly what their skill set is. You know exactly how they've been trained and how they do it and through the sequential order or whatever. And they know exactly what they're doing. And I think that's a credit to the tech school. And I think that's what was stated earlier in the hearing that employers are looking for. And I guess that's a shining example because you're living proof of that, because you know exactly what that student can do. You don't have to train them or anything. And like you were just saying, you wouldn't know that if that was coming from a student from college, because you really don't know where they're coming from.
Definitely, and take that beyond looking at a resume, for a potential applicant. You have no idea really what that applicant's skills are. If I need an employee, I just call the tech school up and say, who do you have for me?
In the career technical centers, we don't think of education and special education. We think of students, and our mission is to educate them and prepare them for a livelihood. Here at Middle Bucks Institute of Technology, as Ms. Strouse told you, we were the second highest scoring career technical center in the state, yet 48% of our students are deemed by the sending school to be special education students. We don't get any more money for that at MBIT. We find a way to do it within the budget.
The work of career and technical education is vital and yet does not receive adequate direct funding source. On behalf of the 85 regional and career and technical schools in Pennsylvania, I encourage you to take action to not only maintain existing funding sources, but to create a more direct funding stream that supports career and technical education.